Welcome to Ragas, and as we sit here, we've just completed a great weekend that started on Friday with the Noord Suid Rugby Festival, NMI, a new sponsor this year, once again hosted at Affie's, and for good reason. Superb job of hosting so far by the school and the facilities, and again a great pairing of schools from the south compete against the north. Day one dominated by the north, which decided
we actually didn't. I mean, how we counted the winnings was not right, because the match between Nelspruit and Pretoria Boys High should also be counted for the north, because they won the game.
Yeah. But the North decided to not avenge themselves from last year, better prepared this year. You could see it in the teams that competed. And just to go through the first team matches that played on the day, starting with Pretoria Boys High against Nelspruit, going down to 13-20, tight game. Not much in it though. I don't know how would.
One must accept that there's a fight for the top teams at the festivals these days. I know that Peter and Wilderklaver do negotiate big matches there, but getting into a festival like this, you are going to find, because I said it yesterday and I said it the day before and the day before, personally I think in 10 years time we're going to have 10 top rugby schools and the rest, and it's clearly starting to happen. Nelspruit is struggling. They're trying their best to get back. They dropped down to the Verseker Shield, I think, 2 years ago, and their rugby hasn't been the same since, because all their top players has moved to Pretoria, Johannesburg and Bloemfontein. But yeah, good game. I mean, it was an exciting game. It was a nicely matched game.
Yes, no, exactly. So the score reflected it. So, Waterkloof 29 points, beating Welkom Gymnasium that had 11 points.
Unfortunately, at a top tournament like that, nothing against Welkom Gym, nothing against Waterkloof, and hoping they will put the record straight and everything. They don't deserve to be at Noord Suid, because it was an absolutely gechommel from the first second. Waterkloof started in the second half
to get more structure.
More structure and everything in the game, and that's when they won the game. But if you look in a whole, I think that must be the most disappointing game
of the day.
Of the festival up to this stage.
Waterkloof busy regenerating their rugby capability, but there is obviously some work to do.
A lot of work to do.
Yeah. Then Paul Boys High beating Monash Menlo Park 31-6. Not a surprise there, although
I think it's a surprise, because I think personally myself, the pre-season talks and everything about Menlo Park was a big pack of forwards that's going to dominate the competition. And Paul Boys High with Sean Erasmus, he clearly understands where's his shortcomings and everything. He's playing a very conservative game plan at this stage. He just overwhelmed Menlo Park.
Well, Paul Boys High had the bigger pack compared to Menlo Park. And there's Paul Boys High again putting up their hands, showing the quality of rugby that we've got to know from them. So looking forward to their season.
But a properly coached team. They prepared. Everybody said they're going to come undercooked to Noord Suid. Definitely not undercooked.
No. Anyway, and then the match of the day, and very exciting for day one, was Grey College versus Stellenbosch. Grey College taking that one 43-27. However, the score belies the match, and Stellenbosch really took it to Grey College. They were in the lead twice in the game, if I'm not mistaken. And Grey College the spectators were certainly panicking at one stage. I could hear it around us. I think the team was a bit more composed, kept to their structures, and just gunned it out, and eventually, typical Grey College style, took the game.
It was actually quite funny, because Vrystaat mommy and the daddy is both shouting at, what's it, Bas?
Yeah.
very low voices, and they panicked at a while. But you know what? Everybody asked last year, how could Stellenberg get the coach of the year?
No.
And the most valuable player of the year. And once again, those two people was there again,
Yes.
and they proved why.
Yeah. And let's not forget about the second team of Stellenberg, also giving the second team of
Grey
Grey also
run for
a
their money.
good run for the money.
Yeah.
Close scoring there. Yes, and Stellies, I think the match against Paul Jim last week, where they went down 12-6, was good preparation for the game against Grey. But yes, I wasn't surprised. We knew that Stellenberg was going to perform again. And yeah, kudos to Stellenberg, the team and the coaching staff.
Yeah, brilliant stuff.
And that was day one. Very exciting. On the Friday, well attended, but day two was so far the best attended match of the tournament. And there were some good matches there again. We'll get to the two highlighted matches, but starting with Monas against going down to Gimmies 42-19, and yeah, Monas.
Well, Monas, I think Monas threw the game away in the first 20 minutes because they stood toe-to-toe with Paulgem in everything that happened onto the field. And then they allowed Paulgem to take control of the match. Although there was some excitement for the Monas Mamas, and they don't shout at best, they go at, what's the top one?
I don't know.
But yeah, not pleasant. If one of those mamas shouted at me to clean my room, I would clean the house, the neighbor's house, and the person opposite the road's house. But that's, you understand, the first 20 minutes was a good match, and I personally think Monas may surprise. And then just Peter showed with his coaching, I labelled Paulgem as a very conservative team, get your penalties, go to the corners, although he did do that at the end of the game. But that first 40-50 minutes, the interplay between the players was brilliant.
At speed. I will go as far as to say that was the most polished performance from a team so far in the festival, a cut above the rest once again. So far. But
that's not the Gimmies hat.
No, that's the objective hat. But no, definitely, it was a great performance. Jim showing that they will be the team to beat this year, and yes, it was an exciting match to watch as well. Glenwood 37 beating Noord 26.
37-26. Again, a good matchup, but not the best teams at the festival.
No. Glenwood also not where they were a couple of years ago.
But Glenwood's got one or two brilliant players there that we will definitely see after school and everything. But yes, it's nice to see.
Yeah.
But good quality rugby by players and everything. Yeah, there's place for that at the festival.
Yeah, that's why the festivals. Remember, we're at the beginning of the season. There's still a long season ahead, so. Some good quality rugby at this stage of being it so early in the season. Helpies 34, going down to Durbanville, we're at 36, close.
Yeah, that was quite a surprise because I mean Durbanville went down to Droste, RTS and everything, and Helpies had a good showing against Office.
Yes.
So good surprise, but Durbanville didn't. No, they didn't want to lie down and everything and play dead, and they play until the end. Brilliant game.
The comments from where we were busy doing match reporting was, if you look at the Durbanville team, there were nothing. They didn't have a heavy pack. They didn't have a big back or big fast back line, but sheer guts and determination. They are like weeds. They didn't want to die.
Yeah.
And I think it was a bit of a. They didn't expect to win, but they were very happy, and I think a lot of people. That was also a lovely match to watch. Yeah, Oakdale taking J.G. Jansen 26-5.
Again, a surprise. All the reports, Oakdale had a horrible start to the season, losing I think all their matches by one. But a good J.G. Jansen team. I mean, J.G. Jansen had a horrible start. A good team from J.G. Jansen. There's some excellent players there, and suddenly, I'm not writing J.G. Jansen off because Oakdale has got a good 15-man team.
also once again showing the closeness and the good interplay between the players, and looking forward to watch their progression in the season as well. And then match of the day. I'm going to let you cover this one. Affies,
Francois
beating Paul Roos 24-18.
I don't think Francois, 90% of Club 600 will remember the game, because most of the time they were on their feet, eyes closed and shouting. So but again, a brilliant game. Affies and Paul Roos maybe top 10, but two brilliant match sides, willing to play rugby. When we walked out of there, the one guy said to me, at the Ruggers we've got a saying that said, rugby first played by schoolboys and still the best when played by schoolboys, and I think that much exactly summed up that, because they gave everything. I went to the toilets and see if there wasn't a toilet or something missing in a kitchen sink and that missing, because these two teams gave absolutely everything. And that's nice to see. Two proud rugby schools really going at each other. The one moment Affies is up, the next moment Paul Roos come back and all that kind of stuff. Yes, mistakes made and everything. And like I said also last night, passion and excitement is a good thing, but not always emotion and that kind of stuff. According to me, it's got no place on the rugby field. But both teams, brilliant rugby. Luckily for me and for you, he didn't put it on his Paul Gym hat, but luckily for us, a brilliant Affies win.
Yeah, no, Affies rugby is back, and it was great to see, specifically from the host side, to take that victory. And in front of a capacity crowd.
No, it's not a capacity crowd. They were 100% keeping to the 50%.
Definitely.
I mean, we counted, there was no more than 2,000 people there?
No.
Definitely not.
But it was more exciting than the rugby at Loftus just next door. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. And then I tested Francois, because I did not put the score in between Garsfontein and Droste RTS, because obviously he's going to say Paul Gym is the most polished side. I think Garsfontein established them as the favourites of ending the season at number 1.
Yeah, let's see.
That's now a guy with a Paul Gym hat, but everybody, the fitness, the conditioning of those players, the speed at what they played with, and everything. They had a little bit of a mellowing down, taking foot off the petrol of about 15 to 20 minutes in the middle of the game. But Garsfontein is a complete 15-man team.
Look, we said it from last year already. A very dangerous backline, and the pack of forwards at this stage setting a good platform for that backline to operate. So I'm looking forward to seeing.
And they can also run with the ball. They don't have a few fatties and overweight people in the front row and that kind of stuff. Everybody can handle the ball. They play a 15-man rugby. I had several people on internet, on Facebook and Twitter already apologizing because I said Garsfontein will be a top 5. I think I'm going to put it out there even further. Garsfontein will be a top 3 teams if they don't have any serious injuries to key players.
Yeah. Well, they have opportunity to start working themselves up the rankings, because tomorrow, day 3, they'll be facing Paul Boys High in the main match of tomorrow at the Noord Festival.
Yeah, that's going to be quite interesting, because obviously Sean will slow the game down as much as he can and try to dominate with his pack of forwards, driving mauls, good line-outs and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to give it to Garsfontein with about 20.
I'll agree.
You'll agree? Okay, cool.
Because it's Paul Boys High. And then, Grey College against Waterkloof. I think it's going to be a practice game for Grey. Not to be factual, but let's hope there's still some good rugby in that match tomorrow.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe Waterkloof didn't give their best or didn't show their best on yesterday, but I think 40, 50 points to Grey College.
Yeah, and then
And this time Grey College is playing now for the South. So is Grey College South or is it North?
we'll decide tomorrow.
North, definitely North.
And then Menlo Park versus Rossday. That's the third big match.
I think that will be quite a good match. I think that will be quite a good match. And Menlo Park by 5, just because they're the Northern school.
Yeah. And then day 4, which is Tuesday, the last day, upcoming fixtures, E.G. Janssen versus Stellenberg.
That's going to be interesting once again.
Yeah.
Like I said, E.G. Janssen, they really surprised me. I don't think we can count E.G. Janssen out at this stage. Maybe Mr. Damas was hiding a lot, but he's not the type of person to hide. But yeah, they really looked brilliant against Oakdale.
Monash Oakdale. That's going to be a
massive
good
game.
one.
2 great backs or forwards, willing backs to run and everything. That's going to be quite close.
I'm excited about that. Glenwood, Paul-Jim, I don't know.
Unfortunately, one-way traffic. It's a pity. Glenwood should take it by, Paul-Jim should take it by, quite a lot, 30, 35 points,
Help is Paul Roos. Also excited.
It all depends. It seems like Help Mekaar is more is a fringe side. You don't know what team is going to pitch for the day. Help is at its best will also chase Paul Roos to the end. But if we take the festivals games at this stage, we must go for Paul Roos.
I'm going to go Helpies, but let's see. Noord welkom Gim.
Noord because they play a nice physically structured game plan, and that does not suit Welkom Gim.
And then the final match for day 4 on Tuesday will be Office against Durbanville. I think Office should be able to have enough firepower to take that one.
It once again depends which Office arrives. If it's the Office of yesterday, 20 points. If it's the Office against Help Mekaar, it's going to be a very close game.
And specifically with Durbanville's good victory yesterday. So those are the fixtures. Let's see how it pans out. But once again, if you can make it to the Noord-Suid Festival, do so. It's schoolboy rugby, alive and well, lots of excitement, and very happy to
And
see
the tickets are cheap for $40, and the liquor at Club 600. These guys has treated us, no free drinks and everything, but like normally, they've hosted us with brilliance there. Good people running everything, except for that barman that's from Marais-Viljoen. He's such an ugly guy, and he's got such a beautiful girlfriend, but we're trying to match the girlfriend up with an Office boy. But come enjoy your stuff, come to the venue. It's really worth your while to experience that excitement and that absolutely brilliant play on the field. You won't get that on the TV screen.
Definitely not. Excited.
And all the other festivals, go to Oakdale, go to wherever, Grey High Festival, wherever there's rugby to play, go there. You don't know what you've been missing until you sit down and then think about the whole experience around schoolboy rugby, and then only you realize what you've been missing.
Definitely. Anyway, we'll keep you posted as we go progress, and have a good one.
Come to Office. Enjoy.
Cheers.